colleagues, I'm from Ogun State. Mr. Speaker, just like the last speaker, I also want to commend the mover of this motion because it's very, very important, and it's one of those things that we do in this country that beg for answer, because it's something that is very, very unrealistic and unfortunate. There is no law, Mr. Speaker, that says that fresh graduates cannot proceed to further their studies without undergoing the mandatory youth service scheme. The mandatory youth service scheme has an age bar that if they graduate at a particular age, it is mandatory that they undertake the national youth service. And those that come from abroad also, when they come, what matters is at what age did they graduate. Even if you have your PhD, if you move from bachelor's to master's to PhD, and you have your PhD, and then you come back to serve, the question is, at what age did you obtain your first degree? If your age falls below the age that is required by the scheme, then you are entitled to proceed for national youth service. It is at the point of employment that if you graduate as a fresh graduate and you want to go for employment, they will say, no, you've got to attach the certificate of discharge from the youth service that you have done the mandatory. There is no law that says that if you graduate and you have your bachelor's, you cannot proceed further to have your master's, and you are very, very intelligent to have your PhD degrees respectfully. And it's only when you come back and then you have to come and say, okay, I've graduated. Then they will look at the year that you had your first degree, and that will determine whether you have to go for the mandatory service or not. So I think it is very important. Just like the mover of the motion said, people come from abroad, and as soon as they come, even with they do their masters there, proceed for their PhD there, and they come back to Nigeria to do their youth service. Nobody asks them questions. So why should we disallow people, students that graduate from this place, from Nigeria, from doing the same thing? It is discriminatory, to say the least. And just like Raleigh said, the Constitution is very clear on that nobody should be discriminated upon on the basis of education. It is equal for all. And what is good for one is also good for others. So I want to appeal to my colleagues to support this motion, which will also seek to decongest our various states today, because we have youths sitting down at home waiting to be called upon to serve. And many of them cannot proceed for further studies because of this mandatory thing. But they are sitting down at home. They cannot be employed, because if they seek employment, employers will ask them for their certificates of discharge from youth service. And they are sitting down at home. They cannot proceed because they say they are batch A, batch B, or batch C. So some can sit down at home for about 2 years waiting to be called upon. Why can't they just spend that period to proceed further? And when they come back, they go for the youth service, and then they face the employment market. I think this is something that we have to look into and support. Every graduate shall make himself available, subject to an exemption. That is the age exemption. Age exemption, 30 years bar. If you graduate at the age of 10, 15, at least below 30, you have an obligation to make yourself available. Nobody is disputing that. People make themselves available. But what we are saying is that even after they make themselves available, because of the backlog, they are unable to proceed further. The law does not say that they cannot proceed for further studies. The age is important. Even if you leave at the age of 29 and you proceed for further studies, you do your master's and you proceed for your PhD, you have been caught by the year of graduation. And it goes to the next level. You cannot come back to say you want an employment without proceeding for NYSC, because you shall make yourself available. And the employers will request for that certificate of discharge from the NYSC. So that mischief has been taken care of. We should not dissipate energy here. And there's no policy that can change that. All we are trying to say is that let us give effect. The law was made by man, not man. The law was made by man and not man for law. We made law for ourselves, and we have to ensure that that law does not work out injustice. As it were right now, Mr. Speaker, unless we are enjoying the National Universities Commission and the NYSC scheme, we urge them to follow the law as it were. It will continue to work out injustice. Mr. Speaker, EPOSA, the same Nigerians go abroad. They sit down there, they proceed for further studies after their first degree, they obtain their masters, they proceed obtain their PhD. They come back home. Why are we not saying that because they said they shall and they did not make themselves available after the first degree, they will not be allowed to proceed? They are still allowed to do that, and they proceed because that child is at what age did you graduate? So, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, this motion is very important. We should cure the mischief if there's any by way of motion, because we don't need to put everything on in black and white. We can urge them to continue. If anybody wants to proceed, but you will comply with that child because you did not graduate at the age of 32, but 30 and below that age where it says you shall. So there's no mischief, Mr. Speaker. We just have to comply with what the law says. Thank you.